How do you feel about fireworks?
I love fireworks.
Yeah. Okay. Because I have this feel like they're not the spectacle that they were when we were kids.
Well, it depends on, I guess, what fireworks you see, how big they go.
No, I don't know. Like I feel like I've seen some quote unquote, good ones, but and not that they're not cool, but I think there's a level of one. I mean, obviously you get older, things are sometimes not as you were when you're a kid, but also I think there's just, it used to be like, oh, this once a year on the 4th of July, you can see fireworks. And now it's like fireworks everywhere. I mean, like fireworks are here, fireworks there, like any thing. I mean, like they literally shoot them off every night, Friday nights on the baseball games, like locally in town.
Oh, they do that often?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, and then lots of events that are, they'll have fireworks throughout the year. And so it's just like, I mean,
it's not as special then if you're doing it all. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know, but I just was like, I mean, they're cool, but it's like not the same as I remember it feeling like.
No, I agree. When you're little, it definitely felt more like a wow moment for sure.
Now, if you had, what, Gandalf does with like the dragons.
Yes.
I mean, that's a whole different.
Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, I want to see that.
When's that happening? Mm-hmm. I guess with the drone shows they do, like they could do that kind of thing.
True. Yeah. But I actually want to see Gandalf do it. That's the thing.
I mean, yeah. Hey, welcome back to Screen Time TV, a podcast where we discuss some of the latest streaming shows. Today we will be discussing House of Dragons Season 3, Episode 3, more in depth. Before that, we'll do some what we've been watching. Before that, a little bit of feedback, comments. But first, Jared, it is a never-ending inconvenience, this insistence of the people being fed.
Yep, it's hard. It's hard being on the throne.
So my name's Josh, and this is my co-host Jared.
When I call you differently abled, Josh, I wasn't trying to be mean or call you the R word. Doing something where you have to think about other people and other things, that'll be good for you. It's another Richie one.
All right. Well, let's get into things. How's what do we got for feedback this week? And if you would like to give us feedback, you can do by emailing feedback@screentimepod.com or leaving a comment or DM on some of the social platforms, which you can follow Screen Time on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok.
Yes. So we got two of them. This one is in addition to what we already mentioned before about season 3 of House of the Dragon. This was about the premiere episode, and we had someone mention the Battle of the Gullet was very underwhelming. So much was leading to it just for it to be nothing, which we were both like, no, because we were like, we love the battle and
thought it was pretty good.
Yeah. And then a comment under it, which doesn't really have a username, it's just like different symbols, says, "You people will never be happy." So I thought that was funny.
Is that referring to that's
that's how the House of the Dragon,
the base Game of Thrones fan?
Yeah,
fan
that's how the people that make House of the Dragon probably feel right now. And then our other one was talking about Hans Zimmer's score in Interstellar.
Okay.
And this is from Tito, says, even Chappie was an amazing score for a sci-fi. He says just for a sci-fi film, I guess is what he's talking about. But that movie, I don't remember.
You say it, yeah.
I don't remember that movie. I've only saw it once. I think it was like 10 years. I think it's 2015. Yeah, that movie.
I don't remember it either. I don't know if I saw it.
But it was Hans Zimmer who did the score, but I don't remember the score. I definitely want to check it out.
Revisit.
Yeah.
Revisit that. Thanks for the input. All right.
And that's it.
That's it for feedback. All right. Well,
Thank you to everyone
thanks for the people
leaving your comments.
Yep, leaving comments or writing in. And please do if you want us to read it on the pod.
Yes.
All right, let's get into some of the other things we've been watching. What do you got, or how much you got? I got 3 things.
I only have one.
Okay, well, I'll start us off.
Yeah, go ahead.
We'll go with negative first. This is Every Year After on Amazon. This is season 1, I guess. I don't know if there'll be more seasons.
You watch the Legally Blonde prequel?
We'll get there.
Oh, okay. Because I saw it and I was like, Josh would watch this.
This is 2 lifelong friends explore an enduring question. What if your first love was destined to be your soulmate? It's a sweeping romantic tale about love's timeless possibilities. This kind of the vibes are trying to be like The Summer I Turned Pretty, I guess, like kind of thing, right?
Oh, okay.
Like that little bit. It's just not, there's no, to me, there's no chemistry in the people that are supposed to be like.
Oh, that's kind of show you have to have that.
Yeah. And so like I watched the first 2 episodes and I was like, I can't, this is not working for me. So I didn't watch anymore. But the one thing I just want to note that this has Alicia Cuthbert in it as like the mom.
Okay.
Which is also kind of funny because like she's old enough to play the mom now, but playing the mom of like the lead girl is so I would not recommend that if you for this kind of thing. It's just kind of flat for me.
Yeah, that one I did not. I haven't heard of it. The name of that one.
It's based on a book. I mean, like it. But then what I did watch also, Elle. And this is also on Amazon.
Amazon. Okay, that's why it made me think of it. Yeah.
And this is follows Elle Woods from Legally Blonde films. This is a prequel, and her journey through high school, exploring the formative experiences that mold her into the iconic, confident, legally blonde character she becomes. So the lead is Lexi Mindtree, which I was not familiar with her. Who plays?
Does she look like a young?
Kind of, but this is where I was like, this is a missed opportunity for Reese Witherspoon's daughter just to play her mom.
There you go.
But I mean, maybe she's not an actor. Yeah. Maybe she's not into acting, and maybe she wouldn't be like, I don't want to play my mom.
Yeah, true.
But she would look exactly like her.
Yeah.
So, because she does look like. But
does this person look like?
I mean, enough.
Okay.
I mean, like roughly, but she does a good job at embodying the character. I think. This is produced by Hello Sunshine, so it's fully made by her production company, Reese Witherspoon's production company. Another thing I want to just mention is this has James Van Der Beek in probably one of his last roles.
Oh, right.
Rest in peace. He plays.
Passed away, recently.
Yeah, he plays and he's not in every episode, but he's in probably half the episodes with like a secondary character as like a head of schools in the school district, running for mayor kind of persona. But
that's cool. He's in it. I didn't
her character, the main Elle Woods character, some like mom kind of helps him with his campaign. So like he is like anyway. And so it's he was in it, and I was like, oh, it was nice. And I was like, it's probably one of his last roles, if not last roles.
Yeah, it's bittersweet when like this is probably one of the last things they filmed. I mean, we talked about that in Euphoria with what's his name?
Yep,
the dad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So this, I thought this was above average, and
it looked actually pretty good from the trailer.
I mean, you think about the production. The other thing that was just engaging for me is the whole concept, and this is not spoiling anything really, because it happens in the first 15-20 minutes of the first episode.
Okay.
But they basically, something happens and they have to move from LA and relocate to Seattle, Washington.
Right.
And the whole like kind of is like the culture clash of in the 90s.
Oh, yeah. In the 90s. Of
her. And this is why, because I'm like, this is my life. And when I was in high school, is the grunge. Like she shows up to the school and like everyone's in just like dark colors, grunge.
I mean, that was the
high
start
school
of it
in Seattle.
Seattle, yeah.
And so, and it's all about that grunge movement, and like everyone is doing that, and she's in her bright, and she's like the only blonde because like everyone's whatever. So like that, and then of course like the rain in Seattle versus like sunny, and so like that they use that as a main, conflict in like the overarching of the whole season. But of course, then and not to spoil, but like by the end she falls in love with the people in the Seattle, and like she learns a little bit from it, right? But it's like and it, you know, one of the things that it was like all about the like, you know, no one wants to conform and everyone wants to be their own you know, like all those things that come along with that, right? So, but the other thing that was great about it is like the soundtrack to this show is just all like, it literally is like the 90s alternative soundtrack that I listen to on Apple Podcasts. So the playlist, so like it also is great for that. It's just like so much good music they use in this that so it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun.
How much do they get into like the whole grunge side of Seattle in that time, specifically in the 90s? Because like all that I love, so I would watch the show for that.
No, I mean she goes to a show.
Sick.
I mean, so again, I don't know, like spoil things, but like, so she shows up to a pool party, and doesn't know that it's an empty pool, that they're skating.
Nice.
And she shows up in a bikini and is like feels very embarrassed, and so that's like one, like just an example. Okay. And then she also goes to this well, there's like a party or something. I forget how it's listed, but it's like, and it's like a carpet rug shop.
All right.
And it's like where they throw a show because of all the soundproofing that's already there.
Oh yeah, good location.
And then they go, and it's like, you know, this grunge with a female singer grunge band, and then she ends up getting pulled into the mosh pit and everything, and like all this stuff.
That's cool.
So like all of it, there's those things. Just the clothing is like right on it. Yeah, it's
a lot
fun.
of flannel.
Oh, lots of flannel. Mm-hmm. Yes, lots of flannel. A lot of long hair. Yes, lots of dark things. There's, you know, multiple references to Nirvana,
of course.
Yeah, so
cool. Yeah, I might check it out.
Posers, you know, lots of posers.
Yeah, yeah, I'll check it out.
But it's still like cheesy, also in the way that these kind of shows, because it's also not. And I'll say like some of these are like TVMA or whatever it is, like rated. Yeah. And this is not. This is like the PG-13 or whatever. So it's not even. So then even the like quote unquote a little bit of the romantic stuff or whatever is all very like very PG and not like. So it's not that heavy on that stuff, even though it is there. It's more because then she does have to solve a problem, like like there is a thing that kind of she gets roped into and trying to, which, you know, is quote unquote setting her up to want to be, you know, a lawyer.
Yes.
Yeah, kind of thing. Yes. Because that's not what she wants to be right now when she grows up. But, okay. But I think it was worth watching, and it's like decently made for.
Sorry, did you say you watched all of it, or how much?
I did watch all of it.
Okay. Cool.
I did watch all of it, 8 episodes.
All right. How long is each episode?
You know, the 40-minute-ish probably. Okay. It maybe 50, depending on, maybe the pilot might be an hour.
I mean, I know with streaming it's always can be whatever, but I was just wondering if it was more an hour.
They're not half an hour, but they're not. But then I don't think I don't believe most of them were 60 minutes. Like they were less than that. So. All right. So what do you got, and then I'll do one last one.
Yeah, so my only thing is Toy Story 5. I don't know if you saw this yet.
I did not see this. You went and saw it in the theater?
I saw it in the theaters. Nice. Yeah. I went at a time which I knew, well, it was also last minute, so that's why I didn't mention it to you if you wanted to go. Mm-hmm. But I went, one thing that's crazy is I was very surprised how sold out, like, all the screenings were, or, like, very close to selling out. Even, like, so the time I went was, like, early. It was, like, the first showing that day. Mm-hmm. I don't remember what day it was. Last week I went.
Tuesday or Wednesday, maybe, when it's cheaper.
Oh yes, it was Wednesday. It was Wednesday, and but it was almost already sold out when I got.
I mean, it's summertime. Kids are in school.
Yeah, that's true. Anyway, yeah, I was curious if you saw this yet, but
no.
I will say, not as good as the first 3 films, but I mean,
yeah.
That's like very peak Toy Story. But I still really enjoyed it. I liked it more than 4 though. I think 4 is the worst one, even though they're all really good.
Yeah.
Toy Story's always been really consistent. And I would say this one, what's interesting is This one, it's a wonderful story about connection is the main thing, I would say. Obviously, from trailers, like it's an iPad is involved very heavily with the kid getting an iPad.
It's not an iPad. It's a tablet.
Lilypad. Lilypad is actually what it's called.
Yep.
And let's see. So it's about connections, the main thing I would say, but like how we connect with people through technology, but more importantly, how we connect with people in real life. And it plays with both those things a lot.
And that's a great premise to do something. It's just like kids theme. Yeah.
Yeah.
So like on paper, yeah, that's a great idea.
It really is. And it's for this girl that I don't really know how old she would be, but like, yeah, at that age, especially, it's just like, yeah, very good for the story. And it's done very well. And the main point, so connecting with people both online or through technology and in person, but then I really like how much like they lean into with the story in-person connection and how that is so much more important than obviously through technology or online. And so all that's just done really well with the story. And also just it still makes me smile hearing Tim Allen and Tom Hanks still voicing Buzz and Woody, which is really cool. So so still a great Toy Story movie. Not the best, which it's not going to be, but still very good. Yeah, very consistent series.
Cool. Yeah, I'd like to watch it. So much.
I'm sure it'll stay in theaters a while because it's probably killing it with how much it's making. Although now I guess there's two. I mean, Minions I think just came out, so they got two big animated films. Yeah,
Minions and Monsters.
Yes.
All right, and then the other thing.
You got one more?
Yes.
Okay.
Silo season 3.
Oh, right.
This is on Apple TV. So men and women live in a giant silo underground with several regulations which they believe are in place to protect them from the toxic and ruined world on the surface. And this stars Rebecca Ferguson, if you're not familiar. So this I think season 1 was fantastic.
Yes.
Season 2, the middle was drug on. It was really slow. I think
that's where I stopped.
Like the opening, and you could probably watch the first 2 episodes and the last 2 episodes of season 2 and really get the gist of it.
All right, that's what I'm going to do then.
And then, or watch just a recap and start season 3. But season 3, I would say starting off strong. I think the biggest thing, and I don't know if this is a spoiler, if you care, but the end of season 2 has like a long extended scene of like, which you assume is a flashback before the world went to crap. And then
that's exciting.
Yeah. And then
I would like to see that.
And then this season 3, at least the first episode, is like cutting back and forth to present day Silo. Cool. And then continuing from that scene that they tease at the end of season 3.
Classic Lost style too.
Yeah, a little bit. Now they're not the same characters. It's not like you're having characters that are, but yeah. So it's definitely world building more, which is intriguing and stuff. And so it's definitely exciting. Of course, it could be like season 2. I feel like season 2 started off pretty strong with the first like 2 episodes, and then kind of went to like this very slow paced like story. Stuff wasn't much happening, and so this could end up being the same. I don't know, but so far a strong start to season 3, and it's exciting to see where it goes. And it feels like, I know they already committed to it. It'll be 4 seasons and be done. And I think they even I think they might even filmed season 3 and 4 back to back.
Okay.
So
I was wondering about that, how long they're going to go with it, because I know it's based on a trilogy. Yep. And so that's what I was wondering, like, because it started dragging, it's like, how much are they really trying to pad it out? Like,
yeah, so maybe they were trying to, or maybe that's where that after season 2 that discussion kind of happened, like, because like, let's commit to where are we going to end this, how many, and let's just get it done, right? Like, and figure, and that way we can map it out better. And so hopefully it's the pacing is much better with story and
hopefully.
and things going through the season and then the final season.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's Silo season 3 on Apple TV. And then the only thing I ever want to mention, this is also Apple TV, is we got our first teaser for Neuromancer.
Yes.
And this dropped it on July 1st because that was the 42-year anniversary from when the book was released.
Nice.
So
yeah, we don't really get to see anything though yet.
No, but yeah, it's anyway, if you don't know, Neuromancer is kind of one of those like books that created a genre. So like Tolkien kind of created fantasy, Asimov kind of created sci-fi, like what we think of like space sci-fi. This is kind of like the start of the cyberpunk stuff and like the Matrix, like kind of, you know, kind of owes a lot to this like the hacker type of stuff, dystopian, neon streets, like all those things owe a lot to this book. Probably
so this was before Blade Runner then, the book? Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep?
I don't know if it's before that book, because that book that was
yeah, I don't remember when that came out, but I mean that obviously then is the same.
But this book, when
has
it
a lot of the same
came
feel.
out, it won the Nebula, the Philip K. Dick, and the Hugo Awards.
Yes.
So,
Of course.
so when it comes to sci-fi, this is a pretty sacred book.
Yeah, Dad's been he just mentioned it to me because he is going through all the winners of Nebula and Hugo.
But just like Asimov stuff with Foundation, and then a lot of stuff that actually came out in films and TV that it's influence to that.
Yep.
Then doing a show about it can be challenging because you want it to feel fresh, you don't want it to feel dated, but then you also have to adhere to the material, and I think they balance that great in Foundation.
They do.
And so hopefully they do in this too, because I feel like this is going to have the same challenges. Like a lot of those ideas and concepts have been in other things later on.
Yes.
And so we need to kind of balance. But I think if Apple TV has been a good steward of a lot of sci-fi.
They have.
And this is the other thing just to mention is, yes, this is just a teaser, very, very early teaser, but that means we should be getting the show before the end of the year.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering.
If they're releasing a teaser now.
Okay.
Because they don't normally, and historically in their marketing, they don't start marketing stuff much more out than like 3 months with like a teaser.
So
or something.
you do think? Because I thought it was still going to be next year.
No,
So you think
I think it's going to be this fall.
Oh, that's exciting.
I think it's going to be this fall.
Okay.
So that might be one we have to cover.
Oh, for sure.
When it comes out.
That if it needs to have, you were talking about like with what they did with Foundation, it needs to have the feel, the scale, the scope of it, like all that needs to be done so well to fit that feel, just like what they did with the Blade Runner films, which is that same kind of feeling, the cyberpunk feeling. So Apple really needs to, hopefully they threw a lot budget wise at it, because it's going to need it to make it look right and proper, the feel of it. Yeah, I'm very excited for it. That's exciting if it's actually this year.
Yeah, so I just want to mention that.
Sick.
All right, let's get into House of the Dragon, Season 3, Episode 3, Rhaenyra Triumphant. Unable to locate her enemies and facing demands from all sides, Rhaenyra learns King's Landing isn't what she anticipated. So what are your just general thoughts on this episode?
Why don't you go first this time?
You want me to go first?
Yeah.
Okay. I feel like I was just talking, but
No, it's all right.
I mean, I thought this was an enjoyable episode. I think this like a lot of more like talking in rooms and less action, but that's some of the stuff we like from Game of Thrones. I think this had this like, hey, the new administration coming in and kind of having to figure things out. I think it did a good job of making it really show the weight of all these decisions are suddenly like she's going to have to make and be a part of it, and like just the overwhelmingness of that. And I think it did a good job of that. So I overall liked it. I mean, it's obviously not as spectacle wise like with some of the stuff we've had in the first two episodes, but
Yeah.
you can't all be that, or then there's no character or anything that you care about. But yeah, I mean, we'll get into otherwise, but yeah, that's my general.
Okay. Yeah, I still think this season has been very strong starting out.
Mm-hmm.
This one, what was so interesting is it felt very different of an episode than like traditional House of the Dragon or Game of Thrones episode in general. Like I don't know. It was, I guess it's what you were talking about, like just a lot more just talking in rooms. There's a lot more like movement around with the people. And it felt more comedic too, which was cool.
Well,
At times.
So most of the episode, not all of it, but most of the episode is kind of almost just like the POV of Rhaenyra.
Yeah.
And I think that might be why it felt different too.
Yeah, that's true.
Like it's...
Yeah, I mean, what I did really like about this episode is, yeah, it's just like, it's really just gets into like, I mean, the everyday details of ruling a kingdom. You know, you're now on the throne and this is what, and it was cool getting the POV perspective of that, seeing like what all does she have to do. And we'll get there later. Like one of the most important scenes of this episode, I thought, was like her talking about that with Alicent.
Yeah, and I think a lot of the way they shot it was intentional that way. Like they would show over her shoulder.
Yeah.
And like people talking. And then if there was a reverse where you wanted to see what her talking, you weren't seeing it over someone else's shoulder. It was like just like a kind of like a little bit more of a medium wide of like the room, or close up just on her talking. But it wasn't like seeing it. That wasn't like a 1-to-1 where like a lot of times you'll shoot everyone and then shoot the reverse. Right. The reverse was not over the other person's shoulder.
Okay.
So
is that why it felt different also?
So then it feels like it's only from her perspective.
Yeah.
Because then you're either seeing a wider of the room or a close up on her when she's talking, but then the reverse would be like over her shoulder. So that it feels like, again, she's the only main character. Whereas a lot of times they don't do that to kind of balance the ensemble. But like in this, it was like almost all like from her perspective.
Yeah.
Other than like the opening scene, which we can.
Oh yeah, of course.
But cool. Well, let's get into it.
But it would also just, I thought Emma Darcy as Rhaenyra crushed it this episode. Because she runs the full spectrum of feelings, it seems, in this episode.
Yeah. So we get this opening scene, kind of even a cold open.
Oh yeah.
And Damien's there basically getting surrender from
Ormond Hightower.
Yeah. And even kind of mentions that his uncle's dead, or dad, or whoever, who Otto Hightower. And he pledges allegiance to Rhaenyra, and then gives over the
somebody.
Well, supposedly another one of the Targaryen kids, but
yes,
we find out later was just a imposter, hair dyed imposter. But yeah, and which was like, I remember when I was watching, I was like, what about the dragon? That just and then it's like, I was like, oh, maybe that they bring him anyway. He just kind of, but then obviously they probably didn't, because there's no way that kid was flying the dragon.
No,
and they would, unless they had a way to manage the dragon. Yeah.
Speaking of the cold open, because I don't think we really see this much like all together, but like just seeing all those dragons there together, like behind Daemon, so cool.
Yeah,
to see.
Mm-hmm. But then after the credits, then we kind of get what the meat of this, like we were talking about, where it's just her POV and just kind of the reality of being the queen / running things, and just the messiness of that, and it's not all fun and games. It's a lot of like stupid decisions, harder decisions. Like, I mean, we get like she's going to be like, can you just shear the sheep before you feed them to the dragons or something? Because everybody's complaining about different things. So I think again that was portrayed really well throughout, and
it was, and we've actually seen this before in the first season of the show with
her father.
I'm blanking on his name right now, but we actually would get scenes of certain people coming in, and it seemed like very trivial things that he had to deal with. Yeah,
it was very reminiscent of that. Yeah, but we even get while she's sitting there on the throne, like her kind of gripping the thing, which is what cut him.
That's what
started his descent into death.
So something with the throne does pretty consistently make Targaryens go mad, or something happens to them.
We kind of get Damien's kind of walking around like, hey, yeah, we won, we're done, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Which then a little premature, I think, to be acting that way, but it goes with his arrogance and stuff. Because we kind of get towards the end of this episode, like, to find out that, I forget, I have it written down for later on, but like, the Greens have taken one of the other towns or castles or whatever.
Right. Yeah. I don't remember what they took over.
Yeah, as I said, I've got it written down here.
Okay. Because Harrenhal is just where Aemond still is with the witch, which we don't get at all this episode. Oh, actually, you know what? Yeah, that is interesting. We don't get a lot of anyone else. Yeah, because we don't get Aegon at all either with
nope. As I was saying, it's all
Larys. Yeah, it is all just Rhaenyra. Yeah. I guess that's also why I felt different.
Yeah, because they have that. I was trying to find that right now, but like, because in the Dragon Keeper, whenever he shows up, that he escaped. Remember? And then they had attacking.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I thought I had written it down, but I guess not.
I don't know. There's so many names and locations and people. It's hard to keep up. So
yeah. So I mean, I guess we kind of get then. She finds out there's no gold. There's like all the things like just the difficulty of ruling. And then
how about that scene with she feeds?
Yeah.
All of them.
Yeah. So then, she has all the lords kind of over. And then, she kind of like says, you're going to give me a bunch of your stuff.
Yeah.
So we can help
redistribute the wealth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, I mean, she's using it basically as an example. She feeds them rats.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Which was, we saw leading up to this, a lot of the rats running around. That was kept seeing it, and then there was the mention of that he killed all the rat killers.
Yep.
And then there's rat catchers or whatever they are.
She's also seen her dead son, Jace, a few times.
Yep.
In this, which is interesting.
Yeah, I think again, maybe laying some of the groundwork we talked about, I think last week, of her, darting down the path of maybe getting a little crazy,
mad.
Yeah, man. Seeing dead people.
Yes,
that is true. Not being able to sleep in her basically her father's bed.
Right.
That she can't do that, and so there's a lot of little things there here and there that are kind of.
Well, I mean, I'll ask the audience too, leave a comment, because I don't know off the top of my head, but like, I mean, has there been a Mad Queen Targaryen? Because we know about the Mad King.
I haven't read these books, so.
No, me neither, but I'm just wondering, that would be interesting if that's what happens to her.
The scene with Corlys and his two sons. His two sons, and wanting her to to like officially make them Valerians. And
Yes.
she kind of sidesteps it initially at the dinner, the little meal they're having. But then later he confronts her more directly and she kind of says, I can't do this right now.
Yeah, this is a good scene.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because he's basically like how loyal I've been and what all I've done for you. And he's like, you can't even do this. Like, and he goes off on her. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, she does that with all of her kids, but it's like,
Mm-hmm.
but then she won't do it with his, which,
Yep.
Yeah.
Love the scenes where she goes and talks to Allison, because it's kind of like,
Yep. This is the one I was talking about. Yeah.
where she's like half admitting like, hey, you've been doing this and I don't know what I'm doing. Like,
Yes.
because they're kind of asking for help, but also like not really willing to let them go because there's a bunch of stuff still trying to figure out, like missing gold, and then of course the twist of like, there really wasn't the, Aaron, not Aaron. What's the, Daron. Daron is not really, it's not really Daron. It's the decoy.
Yes.
And,
Which like Allison
doesn't really
clocks immediately when she walks in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She has her meat and then like, yeah.
Yeah. That scene, yeah, I think that's one of the best scenes of the episode, because also when they're discussing, and yeah, what you were talking about, Rhaenyra asking her like, hey, how did you do this when you were ruling? But then also, I really like that Alicent basically warns her in that moment about like, hey, you see what happened to your dad when he was on the throne? So I am just curious. So we already just touched on this a second ago, but like, yeah, is that going to be her fate as well? Is she going to walk down that same path?
Right.
Or is things going to be different?
Yeah. And then we get the interaction with her and the priest.
Yes.
It's also interesting.
Yeah.
And she kind of says something about, claiming that Aegon's dead, and he's like, is he?
Yeah.
Yeah. She's kind of,
Why is she, is that just like
well, because
is that just for optics?
Yeah.
Sake?
Yes. Cause she feels like
She wants everyone to know that
it's like,
he's dead.
No, she wants everyone to know she's queen, the king or whatever,
Okay.
She's the one in charge because she wants to be ceremoniously
But why is
crowned
she
queen.
Oh, I guess for that reason.
And so it's in front of the
So she's
people.
reinforcing that.
Yeah. And it's like,
Aemon's dead or Aegon's dead.
yeah. And he won't do it until.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he has proof and he's like, well, where's the body? Blah, blah, blah.
Or yeah, sorry, Aegon, because he was the one actually
Yeah.
on the throne, not Aemond. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, but it's like, I want the title, and not just the position or whatever, and, cause obviously she's got the position, but, and endorsed by the church, but that didn't go over well.
No.
The conversation.
This just reminded me, because it was interesting in this scene and really good. Well, really good through the whole episode, but and this was definitely also why it felt different of an episode to me. The score was also different in this episode compared to what it normally is.
Okay.
Which is really cool. But Ramin Djawadi always kills it. And he's been doing... No, he did not do A Night of the Seven Kingdoms, though, right?
All right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't
think so.
That felt
but
very different.
Obviously, all of Game of Thrones and all of House of the Dragon. But yeah, I just wanted to mention that. I don't know, it felt more elevated in this episode. It's just, and different. Maybe that led into the comedic moments more even, because like at times it almost didn't feel like House of the Dragon like score at times. I don't know, it was interesting, but it's still really good. Just wanted to point that out.
So a nice scene where she gets to feed the people.
Yeah,
And kind of
that was cool.
and it's like nice to see like, I think, there was a balance here of like some all smaller decisions, but like some decisions maybe weren't the right decisions. Other decisions were.
But she had some small victories.
Yeah.
Here at least. Yeah.
As a leader and trying to be overwhelmed with all these little make this or that decision. It's it was nice to see this one kind of be like rewarding for her. I mean, I know. So this kind of like where things are going. It feels like it's like where they're at right now is there hubris and like they think. I mean, like Damon kind of acts like the war's over. I wouldn't say from a viewer it feels like the war's over, but it definitely feels like they really have the upper hand. And now because before it felt like, hey, the Greens have the main city.
Yes.
And they have the throne, but they don't have all the power in the dragons.
Oh, are you talking about King's Landing?
Yeah.
Is that who you're talking about? Okay. Because you were asking about what they took over.
They were at King's Landing.
Okay.
Well, like last episode.
Yes. Okay.
So I'm saying like now that they have King's Landing and all the power, so to speak, it really feels like the tide's turned and like House Black, so to speak, is going to basically win this thing.
Well, I mean, ultimately, though, with this show, it comes down to who has the dragons. I mean, that's ultimately...
Which we get that scene where Damon's almost like, let's just keep going. Why are we just going to settle here with Westeros? Let's go to Essos and then out and then something else and then to the edges of the earth, like kind of thing.
Oh man, that was such a cool line.
Yeah.
Like hearing about places. Yeah, because the one you mentioned, like the very far one he mentions was so interesting.
With wings or something like that.
Yeah, that was so interesting because it's just not something I've ever heard. Maybe it's in the books. But I was like, can we see that? I want to see that.
Crazy. And and she's kind of like, well, let's just figure things out here first before.
Yeah.
So he's like ready to move on. But I think that, again, it's kind of premature because like that, I think, well, like I said, I don't think Aemon is dead. I think that was just a visual illusion that the witch was creating or whatever she is. And then
she's just gonna mess with him now, like she did with Damon when he was there.
Well, right, but that means he's still around with that giant dragon that he has.
True.
I think it's funny that she still was asking like who has sheep stealer in there and in the Vale, thinking that it was part of House Green's dragons.
Yeah.
She asked like somebody, and then it's like, and of course as a viewer, that's not the case. That's But anyway, So
where's the other person I was thinking about? Because he's barely been in the season this whole time. What's Sir Criston Cole up to?
I don't know.
I would like to see him and see what he's doing.
Like I said, there's kind of a lot of intentional, like blind spots of like, for the viewer, even of like what's going on out there that I think intentionally maybe make us feel like, oh, they've won. But we know like the whole point of this show is like this constant battle of like who gets the throne.
Yep.
And we have another whole season after this. So it's got to be a little bit more back and forth, I think, before it finally settles into, which will probably be at the end of season 4, or settles into like who kind of ultimately has control, which I think, I mean, for as I know, like ends up being like the Blacks, right? The Targaryen, But
yes, I'm curious about where they're going to leave it, ending the show, and how much is it going to set up like the next thing they do, or like jump ahead
because this is prequels,
right? And jump ahead and see, where that ends up. How far ahead are they going to go timeline wise?
Yeah, no, I agree. Like it's interesting, but I don't think it's going to be this easy. They make it look
no.
So still the tide will move again or change again.
So I wanted to ask you, just going into like this little, not switcheroo, but this fake child. What is Ormond Hightower? What is his plan? What's he trying to do?
Well, I mean, he's trying to keep what they consider. I mean, I guess it's his nephew anyway, right? Like, or something, or cousin, because like,
Yeah.
you know, he would be related to Alicent.
Yep.
In some way, shape, or form. And then, so then that's his. So he doesn't want him to die.
Right.
He's trying to protect him for that reason, I'm sure. And then also still trying to claim their. You know, I mean, they obviously gives
the Greens. Yeah.
It gives the Greens the Hightowers much more power if they have somebody on the throne that's their blood
Yes.
versus not.
Also, does he know Otto's dead yet?
What I mean, that's what Daemon implies when they talked, but he didn't know before that, probably.
Right. Okay.
But yeah, so it's still pretty intriguing. I think, like you said up front, I think this season's been really strong. Still continues to be, I think, stronger than season 2 was.
Yes.
And looking forward to see where it goes. Any other thoughts about this?
No, that was the last thing.
Yeah.
Just wondering. So like, he's kind of the main. Yeah. Ormond is kind of our main. That's our main conflict with the Targaryens right now, and I wonder how far that's going to go, and what that's going to lead into. Like,
yeah, because
for the rest of the season, even
whatever that, I can't remember the location, but there was definitely a battle. Something happened because there's the dragon.
Yes. Yeah, I don't remember that location, the name of that.
Yeah, but there's something happened there, and then of course they find out that it's not the real Daemon or Darren, whatever it is. Darren. So yeah, that's going to create some conflict into next episode, I think. But yeah, I think that's all we had. If you guys have any thoughts or opinions that you want to share, please do by emailing us at feedback@screentimepod.com, or leave a comment or DM on any of the social platforms. If you don't already, please like and subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and YouTube, or Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, all Screen Time Pod. If you'd like, you can follow each of us on Instagram. I'm at JYoungBar.
And I'm at Jared Youngbar.
All right, we'll talk to you guys next week.